So start by just making yourself comfortable first. You can be sitting, you can be lying down, whatever feels comfortable for you. Dim your lights, grab a blanket if you need it. And we're just going to notice our breath. We're not going to change anything for now. We're just going to close the mouth, unless you have a blocked nose and you're struggling with breathing. But if you can close the mouth, rest your tongue on the roof of the mouth. Good, and then we're just going to try and breathe into the ribcage again. We're going to breathe in for a count of 4. We're going to exhale for a count of 6. Breathing in for a count of 4. And breathing out for a count of 6. Just keep going with those breathing times for now. Okay, next we're going to hold our breath for a count of 4. So you're going to breathe in for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 4, unless you're pregnant or have unmanaged high blood pressure. And then exhale for a 6. Breathing in for 4. Hold your breath for 4. And exhale for 6. Or even lengthening that exhale to 8 if you can. Keep going with that breathing. If you ever at any point feel you need to rest from it, just step into a breathing that feels comfortable and natural to you. Okay, so just listen to my voice. I'm going to offer here a practice you can use when there's something unpleasant happening that you can't control. Instead of looking outside to feel better or safer, you can try something different and turn within yourself. You can look for a place inside of you that feels okay for you to sit in, a place of quietness and strength that isn't dependent on any external factors. It's based on a traditional mindfulness practice. The purpose is to make your usual unconscious stream of thoughts and emotions and sensations something that you are conscious of. The way you feel and act is often hijacked by thoughts and feelings that happen so quickly in our mind. We're not even aware of them. So we're not even aware of why we react in certain ways. So all of a sudden we'll find we're upset or anxious or angry in a situation that needs our attention and care. So let your attention gently scan your body for physical sensations first, like cold or heat or tightness. And then start to notice any thoughts or emotions that may be passing through your mind. So rather than emptying your mind, we're actually looking at what our mind is bringing up for us. And whenever you notice a thought or emotion, you've already started your practice. You notice. And once you notice, name what you noticed with one word. So, is that thought or emotion, is it a thinking, or is it a feeling, or is it a sensations? And it's really important to notice any judgment or criticism of your efforts. So notice if you're telling yourself off or being judgmental about how you're being about that thought or feeling. We're just going to try and add one label. So is it a thinking? Is it a feeling? Or is it a sensation? Congratulate yourself for noticing. And then wait and watch for whatever comes next. So it's like a little game. This seemingly simple step of naming and noticing creates just a little bit of space between you and your experiences. You start to notice that those thoughts and emotions begin, and then if you let them be, they end. And you can create a place where you can choose to follow them or not. I'm just going to give you a few moments just to breathe and just practice this for a moment. See if anything comes up in your mind. Is it a thinking? Is it a thought? Is it a feeling? Or is it sensations in your body? Remember to congratulate yourself for noticing, and then wait for the next one. And then the next part is to do your best to notice that all thoughts are just thoughts. They're not necessarily the truth. So to give you an example, we often obviously set ourselves tasks to do, like picking up some dinner on the way home, or a bottle of milk on the way home, or bread, or something that it was that you needed to do for somebody and you forget. More often than not, we'll tell ourselves off about whatever it is we've forgotten to do. But we don't have to tell ourselves off. We can just notice that was a thought. That thought can come from somewhere and then it can disappear again. We don't need to react to it. We can notice that it's been forgotten, but we don't have to set off a cascade of feelings with that thought. And sometimes we might feel irritated at our other half for not letting us know. They might be home late. But again, that irritation needn't be there, especially if it's going to cascade into a lot of negative thoughts and emotions. So the thought can be there, but let's try and take a step back and allow ourselves to make a choice about whether we want to feel that negative emotion that's going to come with those thoughts. We can choose to just let that thought just sort of wander away. So all we're trying to do is noticing the acts of thinking and feeling rather than the content of each individual thought and feeling. We're still paying attention to them, but we can pick and choose whether we're going to go down that rabbit hole of emotions. Now, through all of this, you can actually notice the person who's noticing. You begin to sense a part of you that is not in the thought. It's aware of your experiences, able to witness them, but not caught in them. There is a place of clear, compassionate witnessing of everything that's happening. With a little bit of practice, this witnessing awareness becomes more familiar. So if you're someone who's sometimes overwhelmed by troubling thoughts and emotions, you'll find that becoming a witness to your thoughts and emotions, like it's a separate being, there's a calm and peace to this witness that is aware of your thoughts and feelings but isn't part of them. And being able to use this witnessing awareness takes practice. The best time to do it is when you're not in a heat of an argument or in a roller coaster of emotions. And you can literally just do 1 minute thinking and feeling as a witness to those thoughts without getting caught up in them, and then getting on with your day. just allow your breath to be at the center of your mind now. You're free to watch your thoughts again, label them, have a thought, a feeling, or a sensation. Notice the witnessing awareness that's other you that is watching. So the two wings of this practice can help you in challenging times. The first wing will show you how to have a lighter touch on your thoughts and feelings, to let them move rather than holding on too tight to them. And the second wing brings you into connection with a quiet, always present space of calm inside you. It can be your oasis in hard times. The more you practice, more accessible that space will come. Good. Breathing again. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw. Making sure there's no judgment from your part. Slowly, slowly, taking one last deep breath. And then slowly starting to move your fingers and your toes. Gently opening the eyes and coming out of your meditation.